All right. Back to it. My fault.
Wide, okay? People can swim across it. We will know how this war develops just based on geography, okay? So this is a map. And this map, even if you don't really know the war, even if you don't know the participants, even if you don't know the weaponry, this map will tell you exactly how this war will progress. All right, so some certain things to keep in mind about this map. This is what we call this area, okay? Really small, it's 33 kilometers wide, okay? Yep. People can swim across it. It's really, really narrow, okay? Yep. This small area, guys, it's called the Strait of Hormuz.
Hormuz.
All right?
Stream of Hormuz.
And it's important because it's really the center of the world. This one area is the nexus, the pivot of the world. Let me explain why. First of all, from the GCC, you have 20% of all the world's oil flowing through this narrow strait. Where does it go, guys? It goes to Asia, India, Pakistan, South Korea, China, Japan. India depends on 60% of its oil from this area. China depends on 40%. Japan, 75%.
Damn.
Prime Minister Takeichi of Japan has said
countries are really, really dependent on this Strait of Hormuz, right? On this Hormuz area.
that, listen, if the Strait of Hormuz closes, we will run out of oil in about 8-9 months.
Closes.
The entire Japanese economy would collapse in 8-9 months. Whoa. If the Strait of Hormuz were to close. And guess what? The Iranians have closed the Strait of Hormuz.
Oh no! Okay. Already? Oh, already? Hey man, what are the Japanese going through right now? Hold on.
Okay. So we can expect that the entire global economy will suffer greatly over the next few months.
Oh snap.
All right, so that's point number one. Point number two is, okay, so the GCC sends...
Does that Strait of Hormuz like affect, oh my god, gas prices going up? The, Strait of Hormuz, Strait of... How do you spell that? Hormuz. Okay, Hormuz. Petrol prices, bro. Globally. Come on, man. What? I just wanted a straight yes or no answer, bro. I do not want to read today, bro. Fuck all this reading. Fuck all this reading. Today I'm a Gen Alpha, dog. I don't want to read nothing. Just a yes or no answer.
Oil of Hormuz. And what do they get back in return? Food, guys. All right, so people don't appreciate the GCC, but it is really the linchpin of the American empire. Because what is the American empire? The American empire is the petrodollar. All right? The idea of the petrodollar is this. The US dollar is worth nothing. It's only valuable if people want it. But the GCC says that if you want oil from us, you have to pay us in US dollars. Okay? Then that is the basis of the value of the US dollar. So, if the GCC collapses, the American economy and the American empire both collapse at the same time.
Oh, snap.
The problem, though, is that GCC is an artificial construct of empire. It does not exist naturally. Why? Because there's no food, there's no oil, no water.
Wait, say that
okay, guys?
again,
empire. Both collapse at the same time.
Okay.
The problem, though, is that GCC is an artificial construct of empire. It does not exist naturally. Why? Because there's no food, there's no oil, no water. Okay, guys? No food, no water. So these cities are able to grow in the millions because of all these petrodollars flowing in.
Oh,
if you close off the Strait of Hormuz, there's no food coming in. Right? They're all gonna starve.
Oh my God. They're about to go from like very rich, very spoiled, very to literally famine. Like literally just like no food, no nothing. Supply of food, yo. They might have to be paying like $1 million for a loaf of bread, like type shit. That's a crazy fall from grace, bro. Because if you think about all the glory that they represented, you know, a country like Dubai, you know me, it's part of the GCC, right? Damn, from people to just fleeing Dubai to it being just famine stricken, because that's what we're talking about, right?
How much food does the GCC get from overseas? 80%. 80% of all the food it consumes comes from overseas that it imports. It doesn't grow by itself, it imports.
Yeah.
All right?
Right.
So the Strait of Hormuz is really key. And again, the Iranians will close it in order to...
Professor, you said that's the center of the world, bro. That's a big ass deal.
Strangle the global economy and therefore bankrupt the American empire. All right?
Right.
Second thing you will notice is these mountains. These mountains is what we call Iran. All right, this is Iran.
Oh, that is Iran.
This is GCC. Okay, this is not a fair matchup, right? Because these are mountains. And what can you do in mountains? Well, you can hide rocket bases. You can hide drone bases. You can hide missiles.
Yeah.
And that's the entire Iranian offensive strategy.
Okay.
All right? From here, they can hide missiles and drones from which to attack the GCC. And what are they attacking? They're attacking three things, right? They're attacking that? American military bases.
Oh yeah, cool.
American
from the GCC.
Military bases. That's number one. Okay. Is it possible for the Americans to defend against these attacks? The answer is no.
Why?
They're not. It's not. It's the silliest thing in the world. You have all these bases in the Middle East, but you cannot defend them against the Iranians. That's kind of strange. Okay, but that's number one. Number two is oil and energy.
Yeah.
How hard is it to blow up an oil field with a drone? Not hard at all. Can you defend these oil fields? No, you cannot. All right. Number three, and this is most important.
But bro, if America is like very advanced, I would imagine that they would have to be able to keep up with the advancement of just like military defense systems or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And bring them to y'all GCC areas over here, bruh, because it's not looking good. You know, the people who are enemies to what y'all got going on, to y'all spaces, are just 33 kilometers away, bro. Like, it's just here, dog. And they got all their offensive systems hidden within their mountains, bro. Y'all are just like neighbors to what the ops got going on, bro. It's like, yo, y'all should have, moved with urgency, bro. Come move y'all military advancement, to come protect y'all GCC countries, bro. Y'all affiliates are in bad shape right here. They're going through it, right?
It's water.
And you cannot defend y'all the oil thingies going on over there.
Yes, but the GCC has little access to fresh water.
Oh.
So the only way that it can produce water is what we call desalination plants, okay? These factories that take salt water and then through an electrical chemical process turn it into fresh water for the population to use. 60% of the water supply in the GCC comes from desalination plants, okay? 60%. Is it hard to blow up a desalination plant using a drone? The answer is, it's very easy. You understand?
Very easy.
Okay, so you have this absurd situation where Iran is a mountain fortress,
Yep.
where it can hide its offensive capacity, and the GCC, it's just this desert, this flat desert, and
flat
it is
desert.
exposed to attack, and there's nothing it can do about it. Okay?
Yeah, they're in bad shape, sir.
So at any point in this war, the Iranians can choose to just destroy the entire GCC,
Very possible.
and there's nothing that anyone can do about it.
Crazy.
Okay, but Iran also has a weakness, okay, and this is fundamental. So Iran also has a water problem, okay. So for the
also
longest
do?
time, they suffered a drought issue,
Oh.
okay, just climate change. And so what the plan of the Israelis and Americans,
Okay, I'm gonna try and guess that what their plan maybe would or should be, according to me, would just seize their water production plants, clean water, fresh water production plants, seize that, bring it over to my side as Iran. You feel what I'm saying? Have my people that take care of that, since these guys is vulnerable right now and they're our enemies. Goddamn it! Like what's you know what I'm saying? Like obviously I'm gonna give you a tough time, and then I'll see what I don't got. I'll see what's what could benefit my people that is in your possession, and then just like what I'm saying, take that shit, snatch that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's probably what the plan was. Maybe what I'm saying. Go on, Professor.
is destroy the water supply
Destroy it.
of the Iranians, because the fortress it is a mountain fortress, but it can also be a mountain prison as well, where people are trapped inside with no access to water. Okay, so what we're going to see right now, we're already seeing.
Okay, wait, before you go on, Professor, I feel like that's why, the best, I don't know, like, the most logical thing to do is to just take the the things that they depend on for water supply, come bring it over to my side, destroy their ass, it's done. I don't know. But they still got a whole lot that we don't know what the Americans' plan is, you know what I'm saying? I heard they about to deploy, ground troops or whatever. Like, yo, it's a whole lot going on here, man.
Attacks on civilian infrastructure, hospitals.
Yep.
In the future, you'll see attacks on water supply, on dams, on reservoirs,
Damn.
on power plants.
Our plans.
The idea is to make Iran so inhabitable that the people will have to rebel against the people, or there'll be a refugee crisis in Iran. Okay? So as you can see from this map, this war, it is the end of the world. Okay? Both sides have the potential to destroy each other. It's really a question of how far do they want to go.
Right.
Right? We can also say this is almost a game of chicken.
Chicken?
Okay?
Wow.
We can blow each other up. How far do you want to go?
Where do you want to go? Where do you want to take it?
And the problem is this. The problem is that the Iranians are Shia.
What I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? These boys is self-sacrificial, bro. Could you stand the rain? I don't think they that much afraid of like dying or something. They're not afraid of that. And I heard the Sunnis are just like, they care a lot about just the world and like materialism, and they want the pleasure that comes with the world. You know what I'm saying? I feel like to some extent, defending your religion, especially the religion like Islam, you feel me? You well, with any religion that is, you'd find a portion of people that like are super radical about what they believe in. You understand what I'm saying? So with somebody that like has probably looked at death as something not to be afraid of, as per what their scripture, what I'm saying, says about the idea of death, and you overcoming that, maybe the paradise that comes, beyond that, things like that. You know what I'm saying? You develop a mind to think that way. They're not afraid of that stuff. And you that still attached to the pleasantries of the world, right? Of your little environment, of, what I'm saying, while still keeping the principles of the religion, whatever. But you like, nah, you cannot die, bro. Come on, then. You know what I'm saying? Life is still sweet here. right? The material life is still sweet. You're like, yeah, who between y'all got, you know, got the advantage, got the upper hand type shit, right? It ends up being the question.
which believes in martyrdom, and you've killed the religious leader. The
Yes.
Ayatollah
Oh,
Khamenei.
you've aggravated them by killing their leader. Yeah, I don't know what's about to happen, man. Let's see.
Okay. So they're willing to go very,
All the
very
way.
far. The GCC countries are Muslim, but they're materialistic. They love money.
That's what I'm saying.
And also, most of the population are expatriates, foreigners. 90% of Dubai are foreigners. Guess what's gonna happen if they suffer? They're all gonna run away. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is not a fair matchup. The big question that people have is, first of all, are the Americans going to use ground troops?
Oh, there we go.
Because the only way that you can defeat Iran is by using ground troops, okay? That's a big question we'll look at in the next few weeks. Will America send its army, 500,000, 2 million soldiers to topple the government? Okay, that's question number one. Question number two, nuclear weapons.
Nukes. Talk about it.
If you're losing a war, would you choose to use nuclear weapons? Okay, that's another big question that we have, okay? Now, another big question that we have is who gets involved? Because this situation is so dire that Europe, okay, specifically Germany, France, and Britain are talking about entering this war. And guess what?
What?
If that happens, it is possible that Russia and China will also enter this war on the side of the Iranians. This is World War III, okay?